My name is Neil Mudford and welcome to the Obscast.
Sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, this is Steve Smith with my monthly Looking Up Obscast. I do the monthly Looking Up articles in the EH to inform members about some of the many seasonal objects that come round each month. Have you ever gone outside on a starry night, got set up and wondered where to start? I have been there. So I have learned that it is important to have a list of objects ready for the next observing opportunity. Your list may include galaxies, open star clusters, globular clusters, double stars and nebulae. The planets and moon do their own thing, so you need to check up what's up there at the time you want to observe. There's always plenty to see if you are aware what's currently up there. If you do have a successful observing session, like if I do, I usually write an account of the session, listing brief details, what I have seen on any objects and any thoughts that occurred to me at the time. It's good to be able to look back on these sessions and share observations with other keen observers. So if you have a good viewing session, why not write it up and email it to the Society's Event Horizon magazine to share with your like-minded fellow members. Okay, it's now British summertime, which is Greenwich Mean Time plus 1 hour. From the start of April, true astronomical darkness lasts from around 11:10 p.m. to 5:40 a.m. British Standard Time. So what are this month's highlights? Well, the Great American Eclipse is in the news, and it peters out with a partial eclipse in Wales. So unless you are over in the USA, as some members are, or indeed in Wales, then it doesn't really apply to us in the Midlands. So there's no mention in the EH. Similarly, there's an occult of Venus on the 7th of April, only visible from America. That ain't in there either. So what does apply to our neck of the woods? Well, Jupiter, the beautiful biggest planet going, is slowly slipping away from us, but it's still available this month, so try and make the most of it. Also, there's an extremely slender young moon available to us soon after sunset on the 9th of April. The moon will be just over a day old. The unaided eye record is 15.6 hour old moon. So this is a relatively rare opportunity for us. You will need a good clear sky and maybe a pair of binoculars to sweep the northwest horizon to first pick it out and then see if you can see it. It is quite a phenomenon. Comet 12P Pons Brooks is a periodic Halley-type comet that is predicted to shine at around magnitude plus 5 at the beginning of April, making it feasibly a naked eye object. So have a look out for that. M51, the wonderful Whirlpool Galaxy, and M104, the Sombrero Galaxy, are very, very nicely placed for observing this month. There's more on the Sombrero in a few minutes, and in the EH. The multitudinous spring galaxies in Coma Berenices, Leo and Virgo are also very well placed. This area of sky is teeming with fuzzy smudges of light from numerous galaxies. Simply point your scope anywhere in that vicinity and you should get some good results. Check out my last month's Look Up article in the EH, which covers this area in more detail. Also, we have the Lyrids meteor shower. It makes a welcome return, peaking on the 22nd of April, but it is plagued by a near full moon. But the meteors are generally swift and brilliant. We can hope to see in the region of 10 to 20 meteors an hour streaking across the skies. The source of the meteors is the long-period comet C/1861 G1 Thatcher, which has, interestingly, a long orbital period of 415 years, but it's come round again. The Lyrids radiant point has popular neighbours. In the area, there is the Coatanger asterism, the Dumbbell Nebula, the M13 Globular, and M57 Ring Nebula, to name just a few in that area of sky. Okay, deep sky on show. As always, last month's items mostly apply. Virgo is at opposition on the ecliptic this month and is the second largest constellation in the night sky. The list seems endless for Virgo stuff, but here are a few items of interest. First magnitude star, Spica, is Virgo's brightest star. Also, star Porrima, which is Gamma Virginis, which is a notable double star and can easily be split using a small telescope. The main event is the Virgo cluster of galaxies, and they lie along its northern border and are around 60 million light years away. Like I said earlier, just point your scope in that area and you should bag loads of grey smudges, otherwise known as galaxies. M87 is a giant elliptical and is Virgo's largest galaxy. Interestingly, it has an enormous jet, 4,100 light years long. And you can see the jet in the image in the EH. See if you can see it. M87 is also known for its huge number of globular clusters. Our galaxy, the Milky Way, has around 150 globs, but M87 has more than 12,000. Messier 104, the famous and stunning Sombrero galaxy, is a marvellous plus 8.3 magnitude spiral galaxy just inside the southern boundary of Virgo. It's almost edge-on, and it's well known for the dark dust lane running through its length. Wait for a transparent and moonless night to see its magnificent dust lane. A 6-inch scope should resolve it. Elsewhere, well, Messier 3, lying above Virgo in Canis Venatici, M3 is one of the most beautiful and easily seen globular clusters in the northern sky. With an apparent magnitude of plus 5.9, it is visible to the naked eye under dark conditions, and it is a superb object with the slightest optical aid. In binoculars, it appears as a hazy nebulous patch. A 4-inch scope shows a bright compact core with a round and mottled grainy glow, which fades slowly and uniformly to the outer edges. Wow, it's great. Messier 53 and its close but fainter neighbour NGC 5053 in smaller scopes, M53 appears as a slightly oval nebulous object with even surface brightness and even fading out to the edges. Larger instruments show it well resolved. Its brightest red stars are of magnitude 13.8. M53 is one of the more distant globules, lying at about 60,000 light years from the galactic centre and almost the same distance from our solar system. The faint and loose globular cluster NGC 5053 lies only about 1 degree to the east of M53, meaning that these two clusters are rather close together. NGC 5053 contains significantly fewer stars than M53 and does not have a densely populated compact bright centre. Messier 63, or the Sunflower Galaxy, was the very first discovery of Charles Messier's friend Pierre McCain, who found it on June the 14th in 1779. On the same day, Charles Messier included it as the 63rd object in his catalogue. M63 is one of the earliest recognised spiral galaxies, and it's available to us at this time of year. It has a visual magnitude of plus 8.6 and a diameter of 90,000 light years. Although it appears 6 degrees south of the Whirlpool galaxy, it apparently forms a physical group with that galaxy and several others known as the M51 group. There are many more details about these items and areas in the EH's Looking Up. I also mention what is happening with the planets, and I have listed and charted recommended objects for this time of year too. Again, it would be good to hear from you about any observational sessions you may have had, or we can have a chat about any of this stuff when we are up at the Obs on any wonderful Wednesday. So, are you now ready for looking up? This is Steve Smith wishing you all clear skies and lots of wild moments. Thank you for listening.
Thank you once again for listening to this month's Obscast episode. Some events updates for you quickly now. On Wednesday the 10th of April there will be a talk by Jeffrey McQuone titled Journey to Space Overview Part 1 with Part 2 coming in May. On Wednesday the 17th, another members-only talk by Michael Janikczek with Project Rise, The Mystery of the Owls Mountains. We have a public open day on Saturday the 20th of April. Please contact Brendan Schooler if you can volunteer for that at all. And on Tuesday the 30th of April, we have a society talk by Professor Brad Gibson of Keele University, titled Bad Astronomy at the Movies. Thank you very much for listening, and we will see you next month on our next episode of the Obscast.